We are back on this 2002 Audi TT Roadster that I only paid $2,000 for. And the reason I paid $2,000 for it is because it was wrecked in the rear end. Last episode was all about the exterior, repairing the wreck damage and getting it back to drivable state. I paid $2,000 for this car because it was supposed to come with everything I needed to fix it. Came with a good bit of parts, but unfortunately we learned that a lot of the parts were not usable. They either got damaged in shipping or they were already damaged to begin with. Don't really know the history of them, but we couldn't use them. So first thing I focused on was getting this thing on my frame machine and pulling out the rear damage. It was about 6 inches too far in, so I needed to pull that out and try to save as much as I could back there. I did pretty good with that. All I had to do was replace one panel, which I cut out the old one and spliced the new used one in. I painted all that and threw the body parts back on to make sure it lined up properly, and it did. So then it was time to move on to the rest of the painting. There's a little bit of damage in the front end. The front bumper had a little dent in it that I needed to fix. Also the driver's side fender, the clear coat was peeling, and I learned there was a little dent in there. Went ahead and fixed that. Then I drove 4 hours to pick up a new back bumper and a new trunk lid. They were a different color and they had a little bit of damage to them, so I went ahead and fixed a little bit of damage, got those primed and ready for paint. Pulled this thing in the garage, did a full paint job on the front bumper, the fender, the rear bumper, and the trunk lid. After all that was done, I pieced it back together and gave this thing a quick cut and buff to make it match the rest of the car, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. The average person, I don't believe, could tell that these parts have been painted, and even myself, which I can usually spot it pretty easily, this is kind of hard to spot the parts where I painted. Overall, I'm very happy with it, and I'm excited to move on to the rest of it. Unfortunately, it wasn't just the exterior in rough shape. There's also a good bit on the inside that needs to be taken care of. First off, these sheeps are in really bad shape. They're starting to have rips and tears. The leather is just falling apart after all these years. But I really like this baseball leather style seating they have. So I really want to try to fix it or repair it or replace it and try to make it look back to factory. Also in this generation, Audis and Volkswagens, the plastic in there likes to fall apart and get some cracks in it. A few of the panels in there have some cracks I need to either fix or replace, along with the glove box. The glove box is a big fail point on these Audis. The hinges fall apart, the opening latch breaks off, and even the whole thing will fall apart, which in my case, pretty much all that happened. So I need to find a new glove box for that. Overall on the inside, it just needs a good cleaning and just fix those few little things. I don't think it's gonna be too bad, but it will take multiple days. Overall, for this thing being 23 years old and being a convertible top, the interior really isn't in that bad a shape, but I do want to fix it and make it look pristine. The outside looks awesome. I want the inside to look just as good. Also, the engine in the last episode was making a little bit of a weird noise. I think it's something to do with the power steering pump. So we're gonna look into that, see what that is. Maybe it's just low on power steering fluid, or from it sitting for 8 months. That might be a factor into why it's making that noise. Overall, it still starts up and moves just fine. I haven't taken it on a test drive yet. I don't think that's gonna be a major issue, and even if we have to replace that power steering pump, it's at the bottom of the engine, so I don't think it's gonna be that hard to pull out. And then the last thing I really need to look at is the air conditioning in this car. I noticed that the cold AC isn't working and also the heat isn't working. This is also another common issue with the Audis and Volkswagens of this generation. The blend door actuator has a lot of foam on it that covers some holes. And over time, the foam likes to fall apart and disintegrate, and it leaves those holes open so the hot air and the cold air mix. So when you turn it on cold or hot, the temperature doesn't change at all. I'm thinking that might be the issue with this car, but we won't know until we actually dig into it and take apart that dash, really. There's a lot we have to take apart to actually be able to see that. Right now I'm gonna pull it into the garage, try to narrow down that engine noise, maybe check if the AC compressor is turning on, and then we can go from there and start working on the interior. I believe the power steering reservoir is underneath this. It's kind of bubbly. Is it supposed to be bubbly? Have the AC all the way on low. It's just kind of room temperature. Doesn't feel like it's cooling at all. So if I look down here, the compressor is kicking on, so I know it has refrigerant in it. So we'll put it on heat and see if it gets hot. If it does get hot, it's probably not the blend door actuator. I can feel like a little bit of heat in there, but it's not hot. definitely not hot. So with that being said, that leads me towards it being the blend door actuator. Those holes aren't blocking off the heat or the AC, so it's all just mixing together. That's gonna be the first thing I test, and the only way that I can get to all that is if I take out the whole center console, basically. That's gonna be the next thing I really focus on, but first, let's clean out this whole car. What's everyone's opinion on these? Because I absolutely hate them. They don't feel good, and I don't think they look good either. So I'm gonna take this thing out first. Terrible. Yeah, that looks much better. Much in here, just some garbage. This glove box I really need to take apart. This door. What is this? I don't know what that is. It's a flashlight. Oh, I know what this is. Well, continuing on. Oh, it comes with a disc player. It's kind of falling apart. I don't ever use discs anymore, so I probably won't ever use that. What's that? Mangrove honey. I don't think that's honey. There's nothing in here, but I'm guessing I know what this is for, considering its hiding spot. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's an old radio. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Thing's broken. One more thing to fix. Oh, wait. If that's what I think it is, I might need some gloves. Yep, what I was expecting. Well, I think that's all the hiding spots in here. Not too positive. Some pills. Not a whole lot of stuff in there, and definitely nothing I want. Now I think if I remove this piece, I'll get to the blend door. Just like that, move this thing out of the way, and that exposed it. So you can see all those holes. Those aren't supposed to be there. From factory, they were covered with foam, but after so many years, they start to disintegrate, and then they blow out your vents. It's a common thing with Volkswagens and Audis. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some AC tape over those. That will cover the holes and hopefully fix the AC. All better. It's a little bit colder, but not really that cold. Well, the AC is cool, not cold, but that had to be fixed anyway. Maybe after all this interior's done, we'll look into it a little bit further. Go ahead and take off this door panel, maybe fix it, and also fix this latch, because this latch is messed up. Had to order some special M-Torx to get that out. I thought I had some, but apparently I don't. But while I'm waiting for that, I was looking at this replacement piece, and I noticed this little wire sticking out, and it was cut off. And it doesn't look like I can remove it very easily to replace it with the original one. And I was wondering what it's to, and it's actually to the handle out here. Along with cutting that piece off, they also cut the bolts off that mount this thing to the door. This piece is like $90 to $100 used, so hopefully I can save it, but might have to buy a new one. I figured out how to remove that wire and the bolts, so this piece is savable. Had me worried there for a second. Now it's time to move on to all these plastic pieces. I got to repair a good bit of them. Pretty much all of them are in really bad shape. You can see the crack going on right here. A little bit of cracking right here. This sliding storage door needs fixed. A little bit of a crack right there. And that is just one panel. There is about 4 or 5 other panels that need a little bit of work too. All right, got these plastic panels all repaired and sanded down, ready for paint. All these mounting holes had to be pretty much repaired with some plastic weld. I also used some metal washers in there, so hopefully it will hold up over time. This center console piece was probably the worst. This had a big crack in it right here. Plastic welded that up. It all looks pretty good, back to normal. This side, you can just see how many plastic staples I have into it. Gonna wipe it down, spray some texture on it, and then we'll go over it with some black spray paint. This is what's left of my old glove box. Not much, but I got a new one that's in better shape. It's still not perfect, but definitely better. It works and everything. Opens up just fine. Only thing missing is this latch piece, and also it doesn't say Quattro on it, which my original one did. Maybe I can swap that over. Not really too sure. I'm gonna try to fix this handle and then hopefully put it back in the car. Right here is the handle that's broken, and it pivots on this plastic point right here and a plastic point down here, but this one broke off. So what my plan is to stick this thing back in here on this pivot point, drill a hole right here and put a little screw in there, and that should create the new pivot point for the hinge, and it should work. Next broken piece is this. It's like a little storage unit and a speaker grill right here. There's supposed to be a door right here that connects in, but the door is completely missing. A lot of this plastic's broken off, and even the leather up top is starting to peel back. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that, and I have a new used one over here. It is in much better shape, just needs a little cleanup, and also the latching system's a little bit messed up. Hinge is broken, and what locks it in place is also messed up because they have Velcro right here. But I bought a replacement piece that's supposed to lock it into place, so hopefully that's an easy fix. All these parts are all fixed, painted, ready to go back into the car. They're not perfect, but they are way better than what they used to be. I did have to find a replacement to one of these panels because I could not fix it. This is the shifter cover and it is broken off in multiple pieces. Right here is a replacement. You can see it has multiple mounting points and this thing doesn't have any. Probably why it was glued on. Now that all these are retextured, painted, they are ready to go back in the car. Put this thing back together. All these plastic panels are fixed, replaced, painted. It all looks really good. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's 100% better than what it was. We have a glove box now, nice new radio. All this plastic's in good shape, no more cracks. Everything works as it should now. Overall, I'm very happy with it. Comparing it to what I threw out, this is a complete transformation. Over here is the door panels. Uh-oh, I know what time it is. And it seems like he knows what time it is too. And you. This right here is Dune, he is my dog, and this right here is Sadie, this is my parents' dog. They're both Australian Shepherds mixed with a poodle, so an Aussie doodle. Super smart, super friendly, and they're always full of energy. They're more than just pets, they're part of the family, and like anyone in the family, they deserve the best, especially when it comes to food. That's what got me looking for something better to keep them healthy and active, and that's when I found the farmer's dog. So I went online to their website, checked it out, and the process couldn't be any easier. You go through a quick questionnaire to get their age, some information about them, their weight. That way they can get me set up with the right food for them. Right here is the first box I got delivered, all in pre-portioned packs with each of my dog's names printed right on them. Also comes with a personalized feeding guide for each dog. Came with a storage container, a tote, everything is ready to go, and Dune is definitely ready to get a taste. Right now is their dinner time, so I pre-thought out their daily meal. And as you can see, it has real ingredients in it. Chicken, veggies, some spinach, stuff that you can recognize. And you can tell that this is real and not processed food. I love my dog so much. He goes everywhere with me, and I just want to keep him happy, healthy, and keep him full of energy. And honestly, after seeing how easy it is to get started, I wish I tried this sooner. If you have a dog in your family and you want to try it yourself, you can use the link in my description. You'll get 50% off your first box of freshly made dog food. And that right there is the farmer's dog, human grade, fresh, delivered right to your door. Now that Dune and Sadie got their meal and they're happy again, let's get back to this car. Now let's turn our attention to the door panels, more specifically the driver's side, but the passenger side also needs a little bit of work. It's starting to pill up in certain places. But not near as bad as this driver's side. This driver's side is in really rough shape. Some of the plastic is starting to crack and break, along with the vinyl on top is starting to peel back. My goal is to fix the plastic pieces and hopefully stretch this material back up and glue it back down into place. I can't just pull this vinyl off and replace it because this vinyl is probably gonna be pretty hard to match. So my hope is to fix this and save as much as I can. Right now, let's fix the plastic and then we can work on stretching this thing back out. This side's worse than I thought. There's like nothing holding it on. These door panels are not original to this car, so who knows how bad the original ones were. I know these aren't original to the car because this would be the same color as the seats. I would try to match this insert to the rest of the car, that way it all matches again, but I can't find a replacement insert. I even tried to find some matching door panels online and they are really expensive, so this is just gonna have to do. But what I did find is some new seat covers. These seats are not savable. The passenger seat is completely torn apart. This driver's seat's in better shape. Might be able to clean it up a little bit with some leather conditioner, but there's a rip at the bottom, a rip in the back here. They're really not savable, and the only thing I can do is replace them. And I looked up on eBay on how much it would cost for a new set of these, and it's almost as much as I paid for the car. So that is out of the question. So I went scrolling online, see if anyone makes any kind of replacements for these. There's a couple websites, but the one that I really fell in love with, and that is by Interior Innovations. They sell this complete kit. It comes with the leather stitching on the side, diamond pattern stitching in the middle, all the clips and everything you need. It is not the exact same match, but this is the closest I can find, and really anything is better than what this is currently. They have a couple different patterns you can choose from. You can have a different color, or they sell multiple different ones for different kinds of vehicles. All in all, this looks very well made. It all looks really well sewn. I'm gonna take the seats out of the car, put the new ones on, and see how well they line up. I think they will. Dang it. No, it's the wrong side. Ugh. It's like putting on makeup. Not that I would know anything about that. See all those cracks? It bothers me. this looks so much better. The company I got this from makes so many different faceplates for all different kinds of vehicles. And what's special about this one, it has a plasma tech glow in the back, so the whole back plate actually lights up. This only took about 40 minutes, super easy, and looks so much better than the cracking in the back. I'll link this in my description, you can check them out. If your Gage's faceplate is cracking like mine were, it's a good replacement or a simple upgrade. And with that quick little wash and full detail in the interior, this thing is complete again. This interior looks absolutely amazing. These seats really fit the vibe of the car. I know it's not a perfect match to what it was originally, but I actually think it looks better than original. It stands out, has high quality material, and to top it off, it looks absolutely perfect in this car. Overall, it wasn't too bad to put together. The only issue I had was trying to get those OEM clips to click back in, especially in the back of the seat. It was just really hard to get in. Also, you may notice some of the wrinkles on it. That will flatten out over time, and if I had a steam cleaner, I would be able to get those wrinkles out in no time. After a few weeks in this Florida sun, it will stretch back out and mold to these seats perfectly. I took it on a quick little test drive down the street, and this thing is really fun to drive. I did mention that this thing had a stage 1 tune. I don't know what this thing drives like without it, but I'm thinking it makes a big difference on this car because this thing is pretty fast. Overall, I'm very happy with how it turned out. The exterior looks awesome, and now the interior looks just as good. Let's talk about the price points and everything I have in this car. To start off, I paid $2,000 for this vehicle. Supposed to come with all the parts it needed, but I did have to buy a few extra things. The new trunk lid and the new rear bumper cost me $300, and the paint and the clear coat also cost me around another $300, give or take. That was pretty much all my expenses for the exterior of the car. Now moving on to the interior, I had to buy a new used glove box. That was $50. It's actually a pretty good deal considering broken ones go for about $100 to $150 on eBay. That was $50. The seat covers were right around $500. I think that's a really good deal considering the quality of them, how they look, and how fast they got delivered to me. They got made and delivered to my front door in just 2 or 3 weeks, so overall the turnaround time is awesome. I think it was well worth fixing those seats the right way instead of throwing some cheap covers on them. There's a couple other little things I had to buy for the interior, such as the spray paint and the texture paint, along with that plastic piece that goes around the stick shift. Had to buy that too. Altogether, that was probably another $100. So all in all, I think I have right around $1,300 into this car, and add that to my $2,000 purchase price. That means I am all in on this thing for $3,300. Now it's hard to tell what these things go for because they're not usually in this good of shape. I see them on Marketplace for right around $2,000 to $3,000 or $4,000 in really rough shape with some higher miles on it. So I'm thinking a good asking price for this would be right between $5,000 or $6,000. I'm not sure how desirable these cars are, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be sitting on it. Hopefully I can sell it here in a few weeks. There's a few issues with it that I didn't get to fix. One issue being is the air conditioning. I didn't get to fully dig into that and see what the issue was. If it ends up being a problem selling this car, I'll look into it a bit further. But I think putting any more money in this car is not gonna turn out well for me, so we'll see on that. Also, I noticed on the test drive that it was a little bumpy. That could be due to the tires sitting for a while. May have got some flat spots on them. It could be that or the old suspension on it. Not too sure on the issue, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be that big of a deal or not, just something I noticed. Looking at the before and after, let me know what you guys think about this quick little rebuild, restoration. Anything that you would have done different, anything you would have focused on a little bit more, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know how much you think I should be asking for this and if I should sell it or keep it. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys have an Instagram, you guys can check me out there. I post a lot of behind the scenes on what's coming up. And that is a wrap for this vehicle. Let me know what I should build next.